teenage Magneto being like, I was born in 2008. I survived the Great Recession. Does RFK believe in the X gene? Did anyone ask him at the congressional hearings? Ghost Rider and Paul Revere? If there's 2 flaming skulls in the lighthouse, they're coming by sea.
I don't see it, but everybody says,
my mom's in hell. Can we do something about that, please?
I don't care about the Sentinels. I need my mother. Nicholas Cage. Here comes Nicholas.
Will the Russo brothers be overseeing the release of the X gene in the MCU?
Wilmers.
You say Woomers?
Yeah. Is Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom in several more films?
Rumors. Is Ewan McGregor returning one more time to play Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Rumors.
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 Rumors. We'll answer these questions and more in this episode of The Rumor Rundown, a new show and podcast here from New Rockstars that breaks down the various unconfirmed scoops and rumors that exist out there and take over the fandoms. We're going to apply our own rigorous standards to determine whether these rumors are a scoop or they are poop. That's right. I'm Brandon Barrick, and joining me today, we've got Jessica Clemons. She's the rumor queen around the office.
I do like to spread rumors.
But you hear rumors, you share rumors.
Oh yeah, I also share rumors. Duh.
Here at New Rockstars, every week we try and give you the best news we can, the factual statements that we learn out there, but we have to sift through a lot of these rumors a lot of time to get them, and we want to talk about the rumors, right? Mm-hmm. We want to dive into them. We want to share them with you. That's what we're going to do here on the Rumor Rundown. The only thing that I can tell you that is true on this show is that everything you will hear is not necessarily the truth.
Is that what you say to them?
That's a mystery.
That's true.
That's part of the mystery.
That is fact. Fact or fiction? Not fiction.
Now, last episode, the viewers loved it. We went through a long rundown of all the standards we apply to news and rumors, and we're going to do that each and every episode. Okay. Just kidding. We're going to get right to the rumors today. You don't have to sit through that. Okay, Jessica?
I'll sit through anything you want me to.
No. Should we get to our first rumor?
I'm excited to hear what the first rumor is.
Can I have the first rumor?
What the hell is that?
That's the hand.
Whose
the rumor
hand is that?
We'll never know. It's a rumor. If you think you know who the hand is, write in the comments below.
Not the one from the comics.
Not that hand, no. Our first rumor. The Russo brothers have reportedly signed a new deal with Marvel Studios to lead several projects, including the upcoming X-Men movie. This is a rumor from one of our scoopers, Daniel Rickman, a.k.a. Daniel RPK.
Oh, I know Daniel RPK.
You know him.
Well, no, we're not like that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. But I bet we're going to become close friends after he realizes I've been spending money for it.
You're like a close financial friend.
Yeah,
to
I get
his
RPK. Emails. Let's just say that.
I like that. Yeah, he stated that the Russos are already said, well, they've already signed a deal to oversee several additional projects. This is beyond what we know they're already doing for the MCU, right? They're going to direct Avengers Doomsday. Mm-hmm. They're going to direct Avengers Secret Wars. But Daniel RPK here is saying that they're going to go beyond that and stick around and oversee kind of like the X-Men movies that come around.
I'm not surprised by that. Is there any interviews that we've seen where they mention, because they always mention how big of a fan of these comics they were, that comic where they were, did they ever mention the X-Men comics they were fans of? I don't know if
they've ever made a direct pick of their favorite X-Men
because they always
comics.
talk about Secret Wars, but when they were doing Infinity War and Endgame, they talked about like, yeah, we wanted to touch Thanos.
Right.
So did I.
Yeah, you want to touch Thanos, Jessica.
Sorry, I got it mistaken. Me, the Russos, it's easy to mismatch. But I think it definitely relies on whether or not we've heard in interviews if they've talked about it. And I have not heard them talk about X-Men as much as I would want them to.
They're very focused on Avengers right now, kind of like wrapping up this multiverse saga, getting through it.
Repeat what the rumor exactly is.
This is the direct quote. Here it is again. The Russo brothers have reportedly signed a new deal with Marvel Studios to lead several projects, including the upcoming X-Men movie. Now, this doesn't say they're going to necessarily direct these movies, right? Which I think lends a little more credence to this rumor, right? I could see them sticking around to kind of oversee the story development of how the X-Men are brought into the MCU. Maybe not directing an X-Men movie.
Are they saying they're like our creative underneath Kevin Feige?
Right.
In
Yeah.
a way,
Kevin
like the
Feige's sticking
business.
around. You never get rid of Kevin Feige. He's going to live for 1,000 years, right? He's going to stay in charge. But maybe he wants the Russos to kind of oversee this interconnected story, whether it's through a movie in a Disney Plus series or several individual movies that culminate in a final X-Men movie, Avengers style, something like that. I could see them directing a bigger movie that kind of ends an X-Men chapter of the MCU.
Yeah. It's interesting. I could believe it. I could believe it. It just makes it feels uncertain for them to be doing Doomsday and Secret Wars and then assume like because right after that, that's when they want they're gonna have to get into Mutant Saga. Right? So it's like, oh, so right after those two movies, they're gonna start doing work on the X-Men immediately. Yeah, I don't know.
Now they've got a movie coming to Netflix, right? The Electric State. I don't know if that movie's going to spawn its own little IP universe, if there will be sequels to that. They directed the Gray Man movie, which was on Netflix a couple years ago. And that, I believe, was supposed to be a franchise. And as far as I know, they're not making any more of those.
How much money did those movies, how well did those movies do?
I mean, it's tough to say, right? The Gray Man was not a theatrical release. Yeah. It was a Netflix movie. So how well did it do?
Because I was like, they could be doing the method that Doctor Strange, that Benedict Cumberbatch is doing, where he's like, yeah, I do these $1 billion properties with Marvel so they can finance the smaller projects I do on the side. So I'm wondering if that's what they're trying to do with Marvel with X-Men. They're like, yeah, we're staying with Marvel and X-Men. We're very passionate about it, but also we can do things that really touch our heart somewhere else. So I don't know. Daniel RPK, I want to believe it. It's just hard to believe that, including the upcoming X-Men movie.
Yeah.
I believe they definitely signed deals to do something in the future, even in 2028, but not the upcoming X-Men movie.
I see. They also produce a lot of things, right? They have a lot of stuff upcoming. If you look at their IMDb, like their producer stuff. So again, like I could see them sticking around to just kind of oversee it.
That's true. That's true.
Especially if like Feige maybe wants to focus his attention on some of the Disney Plus series or different movies in the MCU. And he really trusts the Russos to tell the story of how the X-Men are going to start showing up.
The Russos are going to just become our James Gunn. But not Kevin Feige level James Gunn for DC. It makes sense because it's like they were the last one that everyone felt comfortable with and loved so dearly that it makes sense that they're like, you know what? Go back to basics. We're going back to the Russos.
Especially if like Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars really pop off.
And it will. It will for the fan base. It will.
Now, Daniel Rickman also went on to say that he claimed this week that Marvel is currently casting for Kitty Pryde and Gambit, which I think is an interesting little factoid, especially post Deadpool and Wolverine, when Channing Tatum was getting a lot of love for playing Gambit. There was kind of a rumor out there that Marvel really liked. They liked what they saw with him as Gambit. They liked the fan response to it. And, the kind of post-credit sequence of Deadpool and Wolverine kind of hinted that Gambit was going to get out of the void, right? In his eyes, the glint of his eyes, we saw a little portal opening up. So it does seem like they were leaving a doorway open to pull Channing Tatum in as Gambit. So this casting rumor is a little interesting. If they want to have multiple Gambits, I don't know. If they want to do like multiversal Gambits, that could get to be a bit much. I also saw some other, kind of rumor Twitters out there being like, Disney doesn't really have a casting grid right now for any of the X-Men. But you have to imagine.
They probably have a long list.
I mean, we've talked about it last week here on the Rumor Rundown about, the rumored casting of Storm, like people who are being considered for that. At all times, Marvel's got to have a big old list of uncasted characters and potential people to play them in upcoming films.
Yeah, 100%.
So is it a rumor to say they're casting for Kitty Pryde or Gambit? No, because I bet they always are.
Yeah, it's very vague in a blanket statement to be like, we're casting for this person. Doesn't mean immediately. It could be like 3 years from now. We just have a very long list of people that we're looking at. Also, because we're in Hollywood and these are big stars, you have to keep tabs on them for a long time. See if their trajectory is actually getting bigger, if their stardom is getting bigger, but also make sure they don't do anything problematic or get caught doing something bad, then in the future will bite them in the ass for hiring. So it's going to take a minute. It takes longer than like a year.
Yeah. And I think if they are casting for a Kitty Pryde, that kind of hints at them doing a story that we've seen before in X-Men comics, along like the Chris Claremont run, where it was Kitty Pryde was kind of a surrogate for the audience, being brought in to the X-Mansion, learning what it means to be an X-Man. And then they kind of redid that storyline in the 90s X-Men cartoon show with Jubilee playing like the Kitty Pryde character.
So this Kitty Pryde would be younger?
I I would guess so. I would imagine.
How much more younger than Gambit?
Oh, I don't know. That's the thing that's really open with, the X-Men in the MCU is age.
Yeah.
Right? Who's going to be your senior mutants? Who's going to be your young new mutants? Are you going to kind of surprise anyone with like a younger Storm or like a younger Professor X? Do you have Magneto there? Is Magneto a survivor of World War II? I don't see how he couldn't be, because that is so important and impactful to his story. Yeah.
I laughed only because I was like, if they take that away, that'd be insane to take away from
and I think they can get away with it by being like, he has the X gene, he's lived a long time.
Or they don't, honestly, like Spider-Man, I don't think they need to venture to, they don't have to show it again. We know his origin at this point.
Right, but I think it's still important to his story.
Oh, no, 100.
You know what I mean? It would be weird to have like teenage Magneto being like, I was born in 2008. What's up, guys?
Or like, what did you survive?
I survived the Great Recession.
Damn.
I survived the gig economy.
The gig economy. That Magneto sucks. And that Magneto's not hot. I'm not for it.
Does RFK believe in the X gene? Did anyone ask him at the congressional hearings?
RFK?
Yeah, RFK Jr. Does he believe in the X gene?
What are you doing sitting over there? Get out. Get out of your hand.
I would say also kind of tied to this, the Russos and how long they'll stick around in Marvel and the MCU and all that. My Time to Shine Hello had a little rumor this week that Robert Downey Jr. could be sticking around to play Doom after Secret Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were some rumblings with Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doom, and Doom being a part of, obviously, Doomsday and presumably Secret Wars, that you're kind of removing Doom from the Fantastic Four, right? We're just getting our first Fantastic Four movie this year. Doom is such a major foil for Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four. If Doom is sucked into Secret Wars and Doomsday and is like killed off and gone, after that, he's not there to be a villain for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. To play devil's advocate, I guess they could also just use it for like flashbacks if they need to insert some random thing and need Robert Downey Jr.
Just to
come back. I don't know how many, I'm comparing it to like Endgame, and I'm like, I don't know how many times we made a movie going back to before Endgame, after Endgame. You know what I'm saying? Like, did we jump back to see what Thanos was doing after Endgame happened? All the movies that came after Endgame, it was like, Thanos is done.
They've kind of done it through like the what ifs, right? We saw some like other what Thanos is up to. And, Disney's supposedly building a ride at Disneyland about Thanos and the multiverse. That's going to be a big ride, but that's kind of disconnected from the storytelling in the MCU.
Yeah, I don't know about that much.
I like the idea of Robert Downey Jr. sticking around because, he did his time as Marvel, as Iron Man, had his big send-off, sacrificed himself, made Dr. Dolittle. And now it's probably like, I'd like back in, please. Thank you so much.
He said, I have made a mistake.
But he did Dr. Dolittle. I mean, he did Oppenheimer, big success, great success. His show,
but I bet
The
those
Sympathizer.
Those movies probably don't pay him as much as we do to play Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel.
Like, man, I love going to Comic-Con. I love everyone cheering for me. I like being stopped on the street.
Everybody wanted
now, do you think that Dr. Doom, say he survives Secret Wars, by the end of Secret Wars, is he redeemed? That would be my other fear, is that Marvel would want to make Robert Downey Jr. a hero again.
Why would he? You would have to give him the story of a lifetime, like a prequel to redeem Dr. Doom after Secret Wars. Because I'm also like, you're killing everybody. You're pulling everyone apart. You're destroying the reality. There is no redeemable quality to this. Like, it has to, I don't even know what story to make. He's not Eric Killmonger.
Right.
I didn't even feel bad for Thanos. Like,
Well, his mother was sent to hell, and he's been trying, it's part of his comic backstory. He's trying to get her out of hell. It's tough. He's had a tough go.
He's not the first person whose mother was sent to hell.
It's a problem. That's
why I'm like, he's just getting worse. There's people like, the hell is still a place that you can visit in the comics. So I'm like, a lot of people have actually been sent to hell.
Sure.
Doom, why are you acting like this?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be redeemed. Also, because it's still Robert Downey Jr. playing him. Robert Downey Jr. was redeemable in every way. Like, that was a great character for him. That arc that he went through. If we see that play out again, just as Dr. Doom, I'm not going to give.
You're not here for it?
I'm not here for it.
So you think Robert Downey Jr. will stick around and continue to be a villain?
Yeah.
Okay. Good rumor.
He's just going to be a butthole.
Good rumor.
Good rumor.
Rumor hand. Can we have rumor number 2, please?
Wait.
Thank you.
Are they different? What are they? Why is it in different folders?
Because they're different rumors.
But that was 2 different rumors.
Well, sometimes the rumors all blend together.
Okay.
I tried to group. We have a folder budget here, and it's not high.
Oh my God.
Speaking of, check out nerdriot.shop, where you can pick up some of the latest and greatest in new Rockstars merch. I'm wearing one of our Fantastic Four designs right now. Ow.
That was the hardest stomach I've ever touched in my life.
No.
Disgusting. Filthy. How dare you? You invite me on this show with that.
I have a goiter, okay?
I wish oh my God.
Doing well. It's not doing well.
I'm ashamed.
Nerdriot.shop. Also consider joining the channel as a member. Here we go. Rumor number 2. Folder 2. You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Here's the rumor. Rumor. Ghost Rider is going to appear in Doomsday. Avengers Doomsday. This is according to a tweet from Apocalyptic Horseman, who's with Nexus Point News.
I love Nexus Point News.
Okay,
Good job.
Here's what they said in the tweet. I see a lot of talk about Ghost Rider, and yeah, it's actually happening. No idea about a solo project or Midnight Suns or which Ghost Rider it is, but the plan is to introduce him in a big role in Doomsday.
And Nexus Point, are there multiple of you? There
might be multiple. This was from Apocalyptic Horseman.
Yeah, because I read Nexus Point for the Scarlet Witch account uses Nexus Point News, and I would go to Nexus Point News to read their articles. So this is really fun. I believe it. I believe it. No better way to also introduce that character is just to bring them in, just show them up.
It's gonna be years of rumors. This is Deadpool and Wolverine all over again, right? The cameos we're gonna see in Doomsday. And I think, Ghost Rider is a great cameo where you don't need a backstory, right? Dude with a flaming skull shows up on a motorcycle and he's whipping around chains. Yeah. I don't need to know anything else, right?
You're like, everyone knows
what do you need to know?
It's great. Would that rule still apply to the other Midnight Suns? Moon Knight, like, would you be okay with them just showing up randomly?
I mean, they could throw in Moon Knight now, right? Because they can always say, well, we did a Disney Plus series. It's not our fault you didn't watch it.
Yeah. And Blade, they're still talking about. But Blade. If they threw in...
Blade.
I'm trying to think of, like, the spirit... Because Mr. Sinister's not... What is his name? Is it Mephisto?
Mephisto?
If they just threw him in randomly, would you want that? Would you want that backstory,
right? Rumor is we'll be seeing Mephisto and Ironheart, right? Ironheart?
Yeah. Is it
Sacha
still
Baron Cohen? Playing Mephisto?
Having on that update whether or not he's X'd or still in it still, but
we'll never know.
But no, this, I can see it happening 100%. Just throw him in. We already know who Ghost Rider is. We know we're ready for it. We don't need his. And then if you do want to give him a story, we'll see it eventually later down the line. Either as a little bit to someone else's or give him like a special presentation.
Because I could definitely hear like the fighting, the battling's going on. And off in the distance you hear, I'll be like, is that the Undertaker, the American Badass?
Oh my God.
And they're like, no, it's Ghost Rider, baby.
Undertaker's problematic. Most wrestlers are now. Regardless though, and also for the other superheroes that have skin, just see that skull come in. They're like, I don't know what that is.
Is the motorcycle his power?
Also,
I don't understand.
Whose side is he on?
Do we shoot that guy? Can we even shoot that guy? Will he die?
That would be so sick in Doomsday. That would be so. Why in Doomsday does have though that random list of like everybody gonna be in it.
I mean, we're gonna hear these rumors. Rumor rundown for the next 2 years is gonna be just all this person's gonna show up.
I would love that.
Now, do you think it'll be Nicolas Cage? There was a rumor that they were trying to get Nicolas Cage for Deadpool and Wolverine, and it didn't work out. He wasn't able to reprise his role. He was the Johnny Blaze version of Ghost Rider. Do you think it would be Nicolas Cage? It doesn't have to be anyone, right? Because as long as he doesn't have his skin on, you don't need Nicolas Cage for that.
Nicolas Cage, wasn't he the one that was like, paint my face like the skull? And they were like, we're not going to see it.
Nicolas Cage is like, he is Ghost Rider. Yeah. He has the tattoo. He wanted that role. He always has wanted to be that role.
He can't take everything. He's also Superman. Like, he can't take everything.
But if he's just showing up in this movie, and then you could bring back Ghost Rider as a different version. There was a quote from a while ago. Brad Winderbaum, who's like Marvel Studios head of streaming television and animation, he had said at one point in the past that he would want to do the Danny Ketch era of Ghost Rider. That was like the 90s. Danny Ketch was like the 90s version of the Ghost Rider. But again, this is Brad Winderbaum. He mostly does like Disney Plus series and like What If.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know if he would have as much say as which Ghost Rider goes into Doomsday.
In the most unfortunate news, I do think because Nicolas Cage was perfect for the Deadpool Wolverine movie where they're like, hey, these people aren't coming into the MCU. I think it shows already that Disney does not want to take Nicolas Cage is...
They don't want him.
Yeah. And I don't think they would choose a separate one. I think whatever reality they grab that Ghost Rider from will be our Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
That'll just be our Ghost Rider. And if they go back to the right universe or the right timeline or whatever the hell, we just follow him there. Because Deadpool technically isn't in our 616 either. So, and we're still going to be following him.
He pops in, he goes wherever he wants.
Yeah, we'll just be following Ghost Rider somewhere else. Also, if Ghost Rider goes to like the underworld where and this, for some reason, we now label this underworld as like, out of time and space. He could basically show up at any point, right?
Sure.
Like if they treat it like the TVA.
Yeah, I don't know if hell sticks to the Gregorian calendar.
There's a bunch of different hells in every different reality.
You're in the wrong time zone in this hell.
He's oh God.
It's only the year 1962 in this hell.
Oh my! I hope he gets misplaced to a different version of hell, and he sees his version of him, but it's like Paul Revere. He's on like a horse. I guess
Ghost
that's
Rider Paul Revere.
If there's two flaming skulls in the lighthouse, they're coming by sea.
They're coming by sea.
Yeah, if Ghost Rider is in Doomsday, I better never see skin on that skull.
No,
I want flaming skull the whole time.
What if they do introduce him with skin first, and then he gets
like
a skull
burns
mention?
away?
Well, that'd be sick. That would actually be sick. I'd be here for that. I'd be here for that. No, I'm just thinking like oh God.
So let's say Ghost Rider shows up in Doomsday. Mm-hmm. Who called him? Is it Doctor Strange? Well, Doctor Strange's not in Doomsday. We've heard.
Watch it be friggin' Wanda.
Watch
it be Wanda.
Like she's friends?
Like she's friends. She's alive. She's been hiding in hell or wherever he's at. And is like, hey, I brought my homie.
She's like, my robot husband's dead. Now I got my flaming skull husband.
Now I got my flaming skull husband. What if she's riding in the back of the motorcycle? No, she's riding the motorcycle. He's behind her.
He's holding on to it.
He's holding on to her.
Hey, slow down.
And then they say, oh my gosh, she got flames now. He's like, oh, it's not me. Leans over. It's fucking.
They're like, Scarlet Witch's hair is on fire.
I feel like it's gonna be him, it's sad because now we know that like Doctor Strange might not show up. I say might still because he could be lying.
He could be lying.
He could be lying. If that's where him and Cleo were going, like if they learn more about going through different realities through the dark dimension or wherever they're at. They could have ran into him and brought him apart. They could have started their own team, which is half of the Midnight Suns, bringing them into Doomsday. Also, that's also the thing. He could just appear at the very end. Like Battle World is about to start or whatever. He's taking all the realities and we're like, oh shit, there's Ghost Rider. So I think it's going to be someone mystical, supernatural that introduces him into the group.
Okay.
Has to be. Watch it be Blade.
Okay. Blade's like, here's Ghost Rider. I got to go.
Yeah, he's like, time for me to leave.
I'll see you guys in 4 more years.
God
rumor hand. I need another rumor, please. Oh, thank you. Oh, sticky. All right, Jessica, it's time for your favorite rumor subject, Star Wars.
I was about to guess like, Twilight? I was going to guess something. Nosferatu?
No. Okay, this rumor comes to us from Daniel Rickman, Daniel RPK.
That's my boy.
Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, is going to show up in Ahsoka season 2.
I can see it.
You could see it?
Yeah, right?
Even though he's dead?
Is it? Okay, first off,
Let me remind you of the timeline.
Yeah, thank you.
Ahsoka, all those like Ahsoka, Mando things, they take place after Return of the Jedi.
Well, is it? No, but
Obi-Wan died in A New Hope, but he died by like becoming one with the Force.
Okay, so I was
this
assuming,
could be Ghost Obi-Wan.
Oh, Ghost Obi-Wan. I
think.
was assuming, and again, I could be wrong. Oh my God, I don't even want to get into this because I probably am wrong. I assume it would be not like a flashback, but it would be something to that degree.
It could
of
also
like,
be a flashback.
Remember this, and then we see like what their conversation or communication was like at that point. That's what I assume. I also assume that like, I don't know how Star Wars really does work, but I assume that Ewan McGregor, however you pronounce his name, did sign a contract that's like, you got to come back for like a certain amount of time.
I think he loves playing Obi-Wan.
Does he?
I think he really likes
Kenobi?
It. Yeah, I mean, people loved Kenobi.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the people?
No, that year, like Kenobi was like the most streamed Disney Plus show.
Yeah, because we were all hoping for something. I watched Kenobi. I had a great time watching Kenobi. I thought that was the most cartoony, clownish thing I've ever seen. The stunts that they were doing were just having 2 kids in a trench coat. Funny. That's why I liked Kenobi.
You enjoyed that?
But I didn't know if he enjoyed it.
I think he enjoys playing the character. Doing the voice. The boy must be trained. He has a fun time with all that. Now in Ahsoka season 1, we did have, Hayden Christensen return as Anakin Skywalker in that kind of like, I forget what that place is called. The mystical Star Wars place. The World Between Worlds. Thank you.
We got a hand, we got a mouth.
I
Jesus
was too
Christ.
old to watch the Clone Wars, folks. The World Between Worlds. So I could see either, this is like Force Ghost Obi-Wan showing up, or it could be, we could have another flashback to the Clone Wars and a young Ahsoka like talking to Obi-Wan. They de-age everyone involved to have like another flashback sequence. They could do something like that.
Is that annoying to have a ghost Obi-Wan and then we haven't seen Obi-Wan with Ghost, what's his name, since Kenobi?
Oh, so you have Ghost Anakin and Ghost Obi-Wan like interacting with each other?
There's too many ghosts.
And they start swinging at each other and their fists are just going through them.
That's why I want it to be a flashback. I don't want it to be in a goddamn ghost name.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be a flashback. Yeah. Or it could be like a recording or something, I guess.
Do we want this? Do people want this? They want Kenobi to show up in Ahsoka season 2?
I mean, I love Ewan McGregor playing Kenobi. I think it's very fun. I personally was let down by the Kenobi series. It didn't really give me what I liked. The original idea for that show that I had heard was it was going to be less Darth Vader and more like Darth Maul.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
And that would have been like a lot more fun. But I think Ewan is so great as Obi-Wan.
Does it help?
Throw it in that show. I don't know. I think Ahsoka's all over the place.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought people loved
his wife's on the show, so maybe he wants to be on set too.
That's why he's coming back.
Yeah.
And honestly, I love her in Ahsoka season 1, so I'm not mad about that. But I was going to ask, does that add to the story of what's going on currently in Ahsoka season 2? Does that help? Or is that just going to help viewers come watch more because they're like, oh, Kenobi's in it?
I think it's a great question, Jessica. I don't know how much it would service the story. Obviously, that's up to the writers to make it have an impact. I think Obi-Wan is obviously an important figure. It means a lot to the Jedi. The Trail of the Jedi, him and Ahsoka served in war together. So I think there is something there. There's a connection there.
Serve in war.
Yeah, but I do fear that it would mostly just be either Force Ghost or flashback or like a recording and not like, fun being Obi-Wan being badass. Unless it's a cool flashback where we get to see them fighting in the Clone Wars. I think that could be fun.
Sick. That'd be sick.
I think that could be fun. Also, while we're talking Star Wars here, Jeff Snyder had a little item that I thought was very interesting.
Your boy.
Jeff Snyder of the Hot Mic Podcast and the In Snyder newsletter, he had heard that Natalie Portman actually shot at least one scene as Padme Amidala for Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi series. That it got cut out. That she shot a scene as Padme. What do you think of that?
What? What?
Now, part of this,
I don't blame it. I don't think Jeff probably isn't wrong. I'm asking, why did they do that?
Why did they do that?
What did they shoot? That was for the Kenobi series?
Yeah, maybe to give like, because
did they de-age her and make her look like her before?
Well, no, I mean,
2000s.
I think she looks great.
No, she looks amazing. I just don't understand what
they could have put a little filter on it because that series was all about Obi-Wan living with his regrets on how he failed Anakin, watching over these two children who are Padme's children.
Yeah,
maybe there was him thinking about her. Did she become one with the Force and become a Force ghost? I don't know.
It makes sense to delete it only because I'm assuming it was just like a conversation that they had in the past that was just like in the back of a spaceship just talking or something, or just like walking by like some random piece of water. Like it was just probably like a weird.
That water reminds me of Padme.
Padme.
I mean, there was a little bit of not an actual love triangle, but a perceived love triangle where Anakin was like, "You're just trying to get close to Padme."
Yeah, but she didn't know. It wasn't there. He was just going crazy.
He was going crazy. He was being influenced by the dark side of the Force. It was consuming him. The jealousy, anger, the hatred. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be surprised by that, and it makes sense. It's just, but there's also, I guess, when it comes to rumor rundown, is the rumor hot?
Yeah.
No, because there's a lot of movies that do things like this and then they just cut it. And I'm like, it wasn't needed. I think it's kind of crazy to be like, we called in Natalie Portman to come do a little cameo and we're not going to show it to you.
Yeah.
That part's kind of crazy.
The way Snyder was talking about this, he was making it seem like they could use this in Ahsoka somehow, which I think is totally nuts.
Still crazy.
I don't need that. We don't need everyone showing up in Ahsoka.
I mean, they could just be holding it on the back burner, but I'm like, again, you called in Natalie Portman to come do this one thing and it's not, we're never going to see it. That's the part that I'm like, Was she already on was it shot in Atlanta and she was already on set doing something else nearby?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is she friends with the Ahsoka team that she was
She
like,
was
hey.
there doing some Jane Foster stuff. And
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hey, can you pop over to this other room?
Because I'm like, because she'd be given a script too. So I'm like, you memorized it. You definitely got paid for showing up and doing it.
I mean, in the most recent Star Wars series, Skeleton Crew, there was an actor who was cast to play Jodna's master Jedi, and she had posted about it on Instagram after the show was over. Like, it's a shame I got cut out, but I was there and they shot scenes with me and they existed. But now she doesn't exist, right, in the Star Wars universe because it wasn't confirmed or whatever.
Someone needs to call up that Natty P immediately and ask her what the hell she shot.
Yeah,
I'm just nosy. This is out of pure nosiness. I don't think it was needed, but I'm so nosy at what that was.
This stuff happens a lot too. Thor: Love and Thunder had full character. Lena Headey was a character that was completely cut out of that movie. Daniel Craig was very close to being Balder the Brave in Multiverse of Madness. So this stuff happens and it goes away.
But I just want to know what that conversation was. What was the conversation her and him had?
If you're anywhere near a computer and can get us the footage, don't do it. Yeah. We would never ask you to do that. But
be that assistant that Zack Snyder had, put that tape up their butt and run out.
What?
Do that. That's what they did for Jessica. No, that's not a rumor. No, it is a rumor. It's a rumor by Jessica.
What's the rumor?
It's a rumor by Jessica Clemons. I know the assistant that put the tape up their butt.
A tape? Like a VHS tape?
Yeah.
It is a poop.
Was it poop or a scoop? And it was both.
Don't ever watch the brown tape. You'll die in 7 days.
Oh my God.
That tape had a ring on it, I'm sure. One other quick little Star Wars rumor. You're shaking the table. One other quick Star Wars rumor. My Time to Shine Hello is saying that Henry Cavill is in talks for an undisclosed role in an upcoming Star Wars movie.
No.
This is the thinnest rumor I can find you.
I'm joking.
Henry Cavill gets a crack at every fandom. What is going on?
It's Henry Cavill. If Zachary Levi didn't go off the deep end, it would have been him probably. But
Dang.
I'm sorry. I feel like both those two auditioned for the exact same roles, and it would go to Henry Cavill or it would go to Zachary Levi. Yeah. And I know damn well once he went off, Henry Cavill said, "Back to me."
Do you think Henry Cavill works in the Star Wars universe?
I think he definitely would, but I also think he does choose now because he has the money to choose things that he actually is a fan of. Right. And I'm not only saying that because of Witcher and what's the Amazon
Warhammer?
One? And Warhammer, but I do think he genuinely was like, oh, when it comes to nerd properties, I'm going to do the ones that I am excited to play. I think he still wants to be.
We got to see him as Wolverine for 2 seconds.
I think he wants to know. He's one of those actors that are like, I want to feel the role. I want to be the role and I want to know what I'm playing and what their motivation is. And I know these movies, or I know this game and I know this video game very well. So I'm going to play these characters.
They should do like a young Balin Skull from Ahsoka and he could be that character.
Is he too big?
No, I think for Balin, he's big. You know what I mean? He's a big dude. He's a very muscular dude. Who's the most muscular dude in Star Wars? It's got to be Kylo Ren, right? Saw that dude shirtless, man. Was
that muscle or was that baby body?
I think it's everything.
Very strong, baby. He, if you play Marvel Rivals, Mr. Fantastic walks like this, like a giant rectangle, and that's what I think Kylo Ren looks like.
Kylo Ren is very blocky, but he's got to be the most muscular.
Yeah, no, he's the strongest one physically. I guess you want to say Chewbacca technically.
Oh, Chewbacca. I mean, I'm not talking strength. I'm talking muscle. I'm talking
then it definitely is.
Bulky boy. 100%. You know what I mean?
100%.
Maybe one of those Gamorrean guards. From Jabba the Hutt's palace, those pig guards. They're pretty bulky, pretty bulked up boys.
Yeah.
Rancor, he's pretty muscular.
But it could be Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is always the strongest person when he walks into the room, though, so I don't think it really matters.
Maybe they'll put Henry Cavill and Ryan Gosling in this mysterious Star Wars movie together.
They'll spray paint to the abs on.
They'll spray paint. Rumor hand. I need another rumor, please. Ooh, yes. Thank you, rumor hand.
Give me that rumor band.
Here's a rumor that I think we can all get on board with. First trailer for Fantastic Four First Steps to premiere during the Super Bowl.
Nah.
This was said by Cryptic HD Quality, a.k.a. Cryptic 4K Qual on Twitter. Now, this was tweeted out. I think it was Cosmic Marvel kind of tweeted this out, sourcing Cryptic 4K Qual. And Disney Chief Brand Officer Ahsoka responded to this tweet with, what? What? Question mark.
Who did?
The Disney Chief Brand Officer, Asad Ayez.
Yeah, he wouldn't know.
Well, here's a little history for you. Know. When someone years ago had kind of like put out the rumor that the post-credit scene for Spider-Man No Way Home was just going to be the trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He responded to that tweet with, what? Question mark. And then it was.
Someone fire this man.
So
he's giving out the secrets.
Maybe he's giving up the juice a little
What
bit.
if he forgot and he was like, nah, I seriously don't think this is actually happening.
We know there's going to be a trailer.
Yeah, and it needs to come now because this movie's coming out in the summer.
It's coming out.
So
We're getting pretty close. Rumor hand, do you have something to say? You got to disguise your voice so they don't know who you are.
Yeah, we can put a voice on later.
Okay.
Cryptic also last year leaked the title of Deadpool and Friends. After the fact, Sean Levy or someone came out and said that was the title we had changed.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Last year.
That's a better title. Has some history. Has some history of being correct on these things.
I feel like, again, hot rumor? No, because it makes, of
makes
course it's
perfect
coming
sense.
during the Super Bowl.
You don't think there'll be... Would we get a Thunderbolts trailer, like a new Thunderbolts trailer? And
when does Thunderbolts come out again?
Thunderbolts is March, June, May. Thunderbolts is May.
I think we're gonna get more snippets of Brave New World, just because they're gonna give
right before the
you know how the week before the movie shows
Yeah.
up, they give you every single little clip that we haven't seen a little bit.
You think they're gonna pay Super Bowl money to just show you that?
I think they're gonna do like a Disney, like here's 2025 thing, and it's gonna be a bunch of little things, and that's gonna show a new little snippet of him not being red, but then we're gonna get the Fantastic Four because again, trailer. Disney is still not. It's not only Marvel, so they're gonna be like, oh, here's this one. We might get a Lilo and Stitch. We might get something else.
Wicked for good.
Oh,
Wicked
that's
for
not
good.
Disney.
Well, I know, but I'm just pitching what trailers we could see.
Disney, yeah. Stranger Things 5, Stranger Things Final,
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Rebirth.
I hate that name.
Jurassic. Oh, I almost.
I don't like the name Rebirth. Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's the opposite of rebirth? Is it abortion? Yeah, that's what I was saying. No. Thank you, Han.
Absolutely
Thank you, Han.
Absolutely
Thank you, Thing. No, not surprised about that rumor, but great. You have the history of doing the thing last time and revealing stuff. Yeah, I believe you.
Responding to the tweet with what? I think it's like really funny.
What?
I don't know. And if you're out there being like, we already got a trailer for Fantastic Four, that was a teaser.
Yeah.
It was a teaser, folks.
It's hard when people are like, we already got this trailer. I'm like, that was a teaser.
No, I think we'll get a full-on trailer. We'll see more of Galactus. Mm-hmm. We'll maybe see a little Silver Surfer action. Maybe a little Mole Man action.
All we know right now is just like what their job is.
Maybe who John Malkovich is. He'll be in the trailer.
Oh.
Possibly.
Oh.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Wong will probably be in the trailer because why not? Why not
Benedict
throw Wong
Wong?
in there? Yeah, Benedict Wong as Wong. Rumor hand. We got any more rumors? Ooh, one more little rumor.
This feels like Blue's Clues.
Well, maybe it is. Another rumor here for you. The Armor Wars script is being rewritten due to the backlash of Secret Invasion. This is a little rumor from Daniel RPK, aka Daniel Rickman. He went on to say that like the story will be entirely different from the original pitch. The film was originally supposed to release this year, but it now will be released after Secret Wars. After Secret Wars.
Is this because Rhodey was a Skrull that it was so tied to Secret?
Maybe
Invasion?
that could be part of it. I have a feeling that the original script for Armor Wars was probably tied into a lot of like the Skrull Rhodey storyline, and maybe they want to get away from that.
Dude, that sucks.
I mean, I thought that like originally Armor Wars and Ironheart would probably be more connected and like tied to each other and come out closer together.
I thought for some reason Armor Wars was gonna be basically like close to the political as Secret Invasion was.
Oh, okay.
I thought Armor Wars was gonna be like, oh, here's like
the Skrulls infiltrated the government and now they have our tech.
Well, I thought it was gonna be Secret Invasion mixed with what I assume is Brave New World. Because I thought it was gonna be like, oh, the president needs all this stuff. Rhodey's here. Rhodey's doing the Armor Wars. He's gonna make another one. Maybe Punisher shows up like in the comics. I thought it was gonna be more of that. But it makes sense to be like, if it needs to stay grounded in the MCU, what is Rhodey doing currently? Oh, he's a Skrull. He's a Skrull. That sucks. If they I want to believe. Well,
I'm sure they're rewriting the script. I think that is totally 100, true. Until 100. Something's 100% confirmed. They're always rewriting. But is it because of Secret Invasion?
That's the part where I'm like, I could believe it because I don't know. It depends on how much Marvel recognizes the people hated Secret Invasion. I hated it.
Sure.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I did not like it at all. If you make me sit through another thing that's connected to that,
and then did not stick the landing.
Oh man,
No.
did I have hopes? I said, okay, we kill her in the very beginning, I guess.
We lose Maria Hill
immediately. Didn't need to kill her at all.
Yeah, this kind of weird, like Rhodey's a Skrull, but it's not clear when he was made a Skrull.
The Skrulls actually aren't that like necessary. I don't know.
The Skrulls are here, and then the president's like, we gotta get rid of all these aliens, and then you have like the Marvels movie, which seemed to have forgotten everything.
I feel like Secret Invasion was supposed to be like the Skrulls were supposed to be so important, especially by the fact that they are disguising themselves as really big prominent figures for every country. And in the MCU, they're not that big of a deal.
No.
I'm like, this should be a bigger scale thing. The fact that like every political regime is now infiltrated by a Skrull. And we're not even talking about it.
Right.
And we never will. We're only talking about it here. And we didn't do it to a great degree. So that part, I do believe them rewriting because of it. I completely could understand it. If it was fully tied to Secret Invasion, rewrite that shit right now. I don't know if they would, but I think they would. Because I think Marvel they don't do what whatchamacallit does, Warner Brothers do. They're not going to like just immediately drop the movie, but they're going to rewrite that baby. They'll gut it. They'll gut it. They're not going to make an Eternals 2 anytime soon.
This was also Armor Wars. It's gone through a lot of changes. Ever since it was originally announced, it's going to be a series. Yeah. Now it's going to be a movie. It was always going to be kind of like a Rhodey story, but that might change a lot too. It might get less focused on Rhodey.
It needs to incorporate someone else too. It can't just be only Rhodey.
I agree with that. And I think, especially if they're now planning to do it after Secret Wars, who knows what it could be.
And that's the thing. It could be like something else.
Does this confirm that Rhodey makes it through Secret Wars unscathed?
Yeah.
Makes it all the way to the end.
I wonder if they'll try to connect it more. That's also the thing. It's like we're hitting the Mutant Saga. So it's like, you need to hurry up because Rhodey won't be the most important character in his own movie or show if you bring in a mutant. I'm going to be more enticed by
interested in the mutants.
I'm like, oh, wait, there's a mutant there. Like, I'm going to be more interested in that.
I do love this idea of, Tiamat is going to be the source of adamantium in the MCU. That's going to be a big plot point in Captain America: Brave New World. And then if you're introducing mutants not long after that as like a bigger, I don't want to say threat, but like a bigger factor in Marvel's 616 universe, this idea of like, oh yeah, every government now wants like high-tech armor because they don't know which one of their citizens could turn out to have the X gene, and who knows what they're going to decide to do with that X gene, right?
100.
This kind of like pervasive fear that'll exist everywhere. And Armor Wars could slowly turn into like a Sentinel story, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's where it could become about like Master Mold. And
that's when I'm watching it. And I'm sorry, Rhodey, but I'm more interested in those Sentinels. I'd be like, hell yeah, give me them Sentinels. Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
that would be messed up if like, Tony Stark's tech is ultimately like perversed into making Sentinel.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm in it.
Dark.
I'm sad.
That's dark stuff.
Sad. Save it for 2 more years. I'll wait.
And everyone's like, Dr. Doom, do you have something to say about it? He's like, I just look like the guy. I'm not that guy.
People just say, I don't see it. But everybody says,
my mom's in hell. Can we do something about that, please?
I don't care about the Sentinels. I need my mother.
Magic, science, it's the same thing. Doombots. I'm just random things. One quick last little rumor here at the end. This was also from Daniel R.B.Gay. This week he said both J.A.R.V.I.S and F.R.I.D.A.Y are going to be returning for the Vision Quest series.
They should.
How does J.A.R.V.I.S return? Vision is J.A.R.V.I.S.
What are we talking? Well, I think that's what that's funny because I immediately was like, yeah, J.A.R.V.I.S is just Vision. I assumed
is this like
Vision,
a fake scoop where it's like, oh yeah, J.A.R.V.I.S is in it. He's Vision.
Well, I also kind of believe that like White Vision kind of when he got brought back, it's not Vision, it's White Vision.
Sure.
And now that he's Ship of Theseus, he went back to J.A.R.V.I.S. Does that make sense?
Oh, like maybe he's calling himself J.A.R.V.I.S now? He's like...
That would be so fucked up if he's calling himself the butler.
Vision is the combination of like J.A.R.V.I.S's AI mixed with like the organic components of the like body that was being built for Ultron, right?
That is what White Vision is now.
He's
basically
just J.A.R.V.I.S?
He's just J.A.R.V.I.S. He's just a sentient J.A.R.V.I.S.
It's like White Vision is the name they gave me. My name is J.A.R.V.I.S.
No one called him White Vision. But
no one's ever called him that. They're like, sir, no one's ever called you White Vision. I read the internet. I am the internet.
Vision White?
Vision comma White? I got a mocha latte for White Vision.
White Vision.
White Vision.
White Vision. He's like, present. No, I can see that being like him saying he is J.A.R.V.I.S. I don't think it'd be that like impactful for me because we were with Jarvis for a long enough time.
Right. And Friday, we haven't really seen Friday since
was
Endgame.
Friday? Was Friday in Endgame? Was that the
that was the
Endgame?
voice that was like talking. That was the AI Tony was still using. Edith is who was involved in Far From Home.
Could Friday be in Jarvis? I'm referring to White Vision now as Jarvis.
Inside of White Vision's body, there's supposed Jarvis and Friday. I don't know how Friday would be in there. Well,
if Friday,
because Friday was made after Jarvis went on to become Vision.
That is true, but if he does like plug himself into like Stark technology or something, if he could get that this is a deeper idea, deeper theory. But we know that someone bought Stark Tower, and we know that possibly Fisk has some Stark technology, and so does the Thunderbolts Vanessa.
Right. And the DDoC, right? Because the DDoC used like those sound cannons against Miss Marvel, right?
And if White Vision, again, a robot that was rebuilt by a shady company needs to go reprocess or do something to fix himself up, he's probably going to go back to that old Stark technology. And if he does that, maybe he does intersect with Friday.
Do you think they'll give Friday like a corporeal form, like a robot body?
It might be like... what's her name in Halo? The video game?
Cortana?
Cortana, yeah. It could be like Cortana.
Or Danger in the X-Men when the Danger Room becomes like a sentient being. Like, I say get Carrie Condon on set, slap some paint on her face and then do what they did to Paul Bettany.
I like the idea, but then it does definitely lean too much Agatha and Billy. Where Agatha's just following Billy now around as a ghost. But I like the idea of Vision never being alone, always being with Friday.
That is cute. Like he built his own little family and like he gives a body to Friday. And like if Jarvis is separate, he can give a body.
Are we trying to do the Friday or the Vision comics where he is a family?
That's the big question. Like, is that what this is going to be?
I like the Vision comic family. That was like one of the first Vision things I like fully got invested in was him as a family.
I think too, if like White Vision's like all AI deserves to have like a body and be free. So he builds these bodies for the old AI.
I think it's important to remember that he is a very advanced robot computer walking being, but he is still like a walking computer that's like, I want to know what people feel and what people do.
Ostensibly has no humanity and wants to learn. He wants to be a real boy.
So it makes sense that he would probably use Friday. Oh, he's like getting married to Friday.
It's like the AI movie. Yeah.
Oh my God. I like
Blue
that.
Fairy.
Daniel, I'll give Daniel it's so funny. We're saying Daniel RPK because that's his name, but in the emails I always go Daniel Rippick because I'm an idiot. Daniel, you got really fun rumors. These are really fun scoops. I like your fun scoops. Even if they're not true, I think they still lead to like a really fun story.
All right, Jess, it's time to do our rumor rundown where we go through all our rumors and we decide if they're scoops or if they're poops.
Plop or sklop? Plop or sklop?
So we'll go through. We'll say each rumor real fast, and then we'll say whether we think it's a poop or scoop.
Do we count down?
We'll count down. We'll say it at the same time.
On 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So you go 1, 2, scoop.
No, 1, 2, 3. Scoop. Okay. Russo Brothers overseeing X-Men for the MCU. 1, 2, 3, scoop. Yeah, I think I could see them sticking around for this. I can see
when you say producer or even just like such a vague title of like overseer.
Yeah,
Watcher. It's like, because if they started the story that leans into like what they're going to do for the next 10 years, they got to be the ones that sign off on it. And it's probably in their contract that they're like, whatever you touch that I created, I want to see.
I say stick around. You don't have to direct these. Maybe direct one of them. Let's bring in some new hot directors. Let's do some fun stuff. Let's change up the visual style. But yes, let them stick around and run the story, especially if these next 2 Avengers movies really go well. Do we think they're casting for Kitty Pryde and Gambit right now? 1, 2, 3, poop.
Scoop.
Ooh, I think it's poop.
I think they're cast. I think they're looking at someone to play any X-Men, period, right now. I don't think they're casting. I don't think they have like CSA or CAA or WME literally emailing people right now. But I think they're like, hey, this woman, Aaron Pierre, for example, has been up and coming, getting bigger. They're like, that's someone that we should have. That's someone we should have grabbed.
Should have got him.
And that's someone from Netflix. What was that? Rebel Ridge. Rebel Ridge. They were like, oh, yes. I think they're looking
Mufasa,
at people,
right? He's the voice of Mufasa.
Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. Have you not seen that? You know the sound?
I don't go on TikTok.
It's not TikTok only. It's the Jennifer Hudson show. But yeah, I think they could be just looking at people. Again, vague title. Vague.
I would not want to be Remy LeBeau. I would not want to take that part after
There's a young
the
person-
beloved Channing Tatum turn at it.
There is a young person, like not exactly Jacob Elordi or
Right. But that's a lot
Austin
of pressure.
Butler,
That's a lot of
but
pressure.
I think they're willing to try to do it. I think
so
someone's
too.
willing. Also, I'm not trying to be this person. What if they just straight up got the most Cajun actual New Orleans person?
They better be
That
casting
person
in
would be
New Orleans for this
That person
part.
would be so confident playing it.
yeah.
He'd be like, yeah, no one understands me now.
I want them in the backwater swamps, and I want you to find some
And that's-
dude
yeah,
who's
you need to
never-
find-
who can't even read.
You need
Just
to
get him
find
in
the
there.
swamp
Yeah.
guy that literally feeds like the gators.
He's like,
his
you better
jo-
have a
jo-
trailer
his-
with my gator. You baby, don't come on set.
I can still understand you. You need to be
See,
giving
I'm not
this.
even good
This
enough.
man is feeding the gators gumbo.
I
He
want him
literally has
subtitled
spiders
the
up his
whole movie.
Sometimes people think he's a voodoo man, but I think he's getting bit.
Oh my God. Robert Downey Jr. plays Doom after Secret Wars. 1, 2, 3, scoop. Oh, I think he's sticking around.
I think he's sticking around, but I think it's so vague that I'm not going to entertain the idea.
Okay. Ghost Rider shows up in Doomsday. 1, 2, 3, scoop. There's your thumbnail. You're welcome.
I love how amped everyone is for Ghost Rider.
I
don't care.
I don't
Ghost
want any
Rider and
backstory.
Blade,
Yeah.
I don't care. Just give them
Just
to me
put
now.
them in the movies.
Put
Don't
them both
explain
together.
anything.
Split screen
Oh
that
my-
poster, and I'm in it. Oh my God.
Obi-Wan reprises, or Ewan McGregor reprises his role as Obi-Wan in Ahsoka. 1, 2, 3, poop. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I think he would love to play the character. I don't know.
I just want to know what the story is before you
Yeah.
do so. Like, if you need him to lift her story, you guys already gave it a second season.
Yes.
Be confident in it.
Yes, I agree. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Fantastic Four trailer at the Super Bowl. 1, 2, 3, scoop. Definitely happening. Come on. Don't watch the game. Just watch the commercials.
That's all we do, and the puppy bowl.
Armor Wars being rewritten. 1, 2, 3, scoop.
It's been at
Definitely
least
be
once.
Yeah.
At least once, maybe 5 times it's been rewritten already.
We might get it someday.
Do we know who's writing it?
No, absolutely not. I'm sure they're just getting like treatments right now. and
Yeah, they just have
they're-
like every day they walk into this giant closet that has different sticky notes that they're like, oh,
and finally, J.A.R.V.I.S and F.R.I.D.A.Y appearing in Vision Quest. 1, 2, 3, poop. I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I think one of the two. I understand why you would.
got a better chance.
I think Friday does have
How
a
do
better
you do
chance.
Jarvis? I don't.
Again, if he just starts calling himself Jarvis,
Does Paul Bettany get double paid for this? What's happening?
yeah, he's gonna get double.
Triple paid?
Who gets the top of the call sheet? Is it Paul Bettany as Jarvis or Paul Bettany as
White Vision.
Or as White
Interesting.
Vision?
Interesting.
WV.
Well, Jessica, thank you for joining me today on the Rumor Rundown. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, dude, this show is so fun, and it makes me nervous because I love rumors. I love rumors, and I know that like not all of these are gonna happen, especially even if they were actual true at one point. Sometimes they just change it because people find out, like the hand said. So. But they're great. They're great ideas. I think they're great ideas and pitches, even if they don't come true.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Rumor Rundown. Be sure to subscribe to this show in your podcast feed so you never miss an episode. Or if you want to watch us do this show, you can follow the new Rockstars channel on YouTube, where you can watch us record this. If you don't like just listening, you know what I mean. Use your eyes and your ears if you feel so inclined. And if you're on our YouTube channel, consider becoming a member where you can get access to some of our videos early and ad-free. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Nicholas Cage. Here comes Nicholas.